So Thanksgiving's come and gone, and I'm stuffed with leftovers. Black Friday's come and gone. I had to work retail, did some shopping, had time to relax, and yeah, throughout the whole time this holiday season so far, we've already been getting chock full of some leaks and some new information in regards to Mortal Kombat, Injustice 3, and the Multiversus game. So let's get to it. So first, let's talk about this recent Keanu Reeves Ed Boon Mortal Kombat drama. So Keanu Reeves recently sat down for an interview with Esquire, and it was asked how he'd feel about characters he's made famous appearing as guests in Mortal Kombat. In the interview, Esquire asked Reeves, "Fans have been dying for Neo or John Wick to appear in Mortal Kombat games. If it were up to you, would you allow it to happen?" Reeves responded with a chuckle and said, "If it was up to me, no. Mortal Kombat is awesome in so many ways, but I think, Neo and John Wick, yeah man, they're doing their own thing. Mortal Kombat is doing their own thing." Reeves didn't give any specific reasons as to why he doesn't want characters such as John Wick or Neo from the Matrix in the popular fighting game franchise, but one reason could be that the violent nature of the video game franchise, this isn't his thing. While it's true that the Matrix and John Wick movies have their own levels of violence in them, Mortal Kombat really takes things to a different level with the beheadings, disembowelment, and other grotesque ways the fighters are killed off using the series staple fatality and brutality mechanics. It's one thing for a character like Neo or John Wick to inflict this type of damage to other characters, but it'd be an entirely different thing for them to suffer this kind of fate. Reeves might not be willing to see himself killed off in such violent manners. Now, in contrast to this, Ed Boon has given clues as to possibly we could have seen Neo from the Matrix in the Mortal Kombat franchise a long time ago. In a 2016 Game Informer article, Ed Boon said that Warner Brothers was considering adding Neo from the Matrix to Mortal Kombat 9. I remember they brought up Neo after mentioning that NetherRealm Studios had asked Warner Brothers about including guest characters as DLC, so there were a whole bunch of ones that for business reasons or that creatively we didn't think they'd fit. This wasn't the end of Neo being a potential DLC character in NetherRealm's game, as in 2020 during a rapid-fire question interview again with Game Informer about Mortal Kombat 11, Ed Boon said that Neo was almost in Injustice 2. There was a pretty close chance that Neo was going to be in Injustice 2, but that fell through, stated Boon. Now, no details have ever been revealed as to why things didn't pan out for Neo to become a playable character in Injustice 2, but I think it would have been a pretty cool addition. Now, this news did spread like wildfire across the internet, and, it was a matter of time before Ed Boon himself had a chance to respond, and of course he went to Twitter, and this is what he had to say. In response, Ed Boon says, "I don't want to see an MK character appear in John Wick or the Matrix movie. As cool as those movies are, I just don't think they're a good fit." Winky smiley face. This, of course, is a more tongue-in-cheek response to Keanu Reeves. I know there's probably no ill will amongst either one of those guys, and I think that while Keanu Reeves has other projects going on with his Berserker comic, which by all means, if you've read the Berserker comic, that guy fits totally into the Mortal Kombat franchise. And so maybe we need Berserker in Mortal Kombat. Maybe it's not Neo from the Matrix or John Wick. Maybe we need Berserker. But nonetheless, what do you think about this? Do you think Neo from the Matrix or John Wick would be good characters? And do you think that Keanu Reeves has a valid point as to why he doesn't want them in the franchise? So next up, let's talk about some new Multiversus leaks. We got 2 leaks from our good buddies at 4chan from Anonymous, and on Tuesday, the first one had to do with the roster and some characters that we can possibly see, and the second one had to do with actually some characters, game mechanics, and possibly even a release date. So first, let's talk about the leak regarding the roster. From, of course, Anonymous on Tuesday, it said, "So these are the characters known so far. On top of that, there are also a few characters that are weird, either rumored or leaked." And this is basically based off a photo of what the potential roster is now, and of course with photos that we've seen recently in the gameplay showing characters that are on this list and who we could possibly see in addition. Most of these characters have been listed in other leaks as well, so this could be true, not true. Again, all this stuff is with a grain of salt, just kind of fun to discuss. But we have Gandalf the Grey from Lord of the Rings, we have Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, we have Johnny Bravo, which is rumored, Fred Flintstone, rumored, we have Max I never get his name right. Rockatansky, he's of course Mad Max. We have Harry Potter. We have Ron Weasley and LeBron James. Now, all these characters I've talked about previously in leaks, of course, we have seen, even though it says Gandalf the Grey and Rick Sanchez are leaked, we have seen pictures leaked that Warner Brothers actually flagged in my videos of Gandalf the Grey and Rick Sanchez, or Sanchez, however you want to say it. So we know those guys are good, but as far as the rest of the roster, that says rumored, I think it's rumored, is probably a good way to say it. We've heard news that Harry Potter characters may not be included in this, and of course LeBron James has been a controversial character that's been talked about in one of my videos, And on forums, a lot of y'all comment on that video talking about how y'all did not want LeBron James, y'all did want LeBron James, but nonetheless, the leak goes on to say, who are you going to main and who do you want in it? So I asked that question to you as well. Based off the characters that were leaked, who are you going to main from the roster that's current and who is possibly from the rumored roster? Now, building onto that, we got a leak on Friday, Black Friday, and it goes on to say, again from Anonymous, and it says, player first games will be revealing 3 more characters for the base roster and also gameplay breakdowns for Multiverses. These 3 new characters will be Rick Sanchez, who again we saw in gameplay, Gandalf we saw, but this one's interesting, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Now that is interesting because we talked about Scorpion being in Super Smash Brothers. That's long been rumored. Of course, the chances were very slim that was going to happen, but it would have been great if it did. We also talked about him showing up in Fortnite recently, so maybe he's going to show up in the W Multiverses game. It's possible, but that's just a very interesting addition that we haven't yet seen rumored. Now, this leak does go on to talk about more of a release window and some other characters that can be added later on as DLC. So we have playtests that are set to happen on 12/17. That's a very specific date, but that's going to be on a Friday, and that's actually the weekend that Spider-Man No Way Home comes out. So it's possible that we can have some counter programming, from Warner Brothers. If there's a movie coming out, maybe they're going to release this to hopefully get people more distracted, or maybe they can be playing this while they're waiting to watch the movie. Who knows? But playtests are set to happen on 12/17, and this game is released, I think, on just about every platform except Nintendo Switch, I think is what they're saying. So, if you're going to get your hands on a demo, I signed up to play a beta. I don't know if I'll get selected, but we'll see. It also says that some characters will be later added on. This is the DLC. So we have Johnny Bravo, which was mentioned in the previous leak I talked about. Morty from Rick and Morty, because if we have Rick, we have to have Morty. Fred Flintstone, Mad Max, LeBron James, Harry Potter, ... It says all those characters and upcoming ones are DLC, but I was told that you can grind to get him for free. And it says some of the leaks have had here are actually true, but the one addressed Hataro Kujo as a possible DLC as an example. Okay, that's one I haven't heard of yet. Maybe it's been mentioned before, but I've been trying to keep with this pretty steadily, and I haven't heard that one listed yet. Now, this does give a release date of late March, and it says, yes, I've seen some pictures, and I'm 90% sure they're legit, but F you and wait for TGA. Wait for the game announcement. So, all this stuff is, again, with a grain of salt. It's just fun to talk about. We know that there is some truth to some of this stuff because Warner Brothers, I guess, is watching and keeping an eye out who's leaking what and who's posting what. So, we'll have to wait and see, but there's been some consistency with characters. I mean, there's tons of characters out there in the catalog. Y'all have been putting some great characters in the comments some that I'd forgotten even existed. I was like, yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to see them in the game. So again, what do you think about the leaks? Who do you want to see in the game? And are you going to be playing WWE Multiverses? And finally, let's talk about a possible confirmation of Injustice 3 getting announced at Game Awards 2021. This does come from 4chan and from our lovely Anonymous, and then the title of the I guess the header or the thread says F. Jeff Keighley. And interesting, we're going to skip that part, but this did come out on Thanksgiving, so maybe this is what they're thankful for, but it says the Game Awards 2021 lineup. Now, I did a pre-count of all the things listed on this, and it falls within the realm of 40 to 50, new and old, so we'll just go with the list. Again, this is all taken with a grain of salt, but just kind of fun to discuss. Some of these may be true. That's what I think is interesting about these lists. You went to all the trouble of listing all these things, so it's kind of like bingo or, luck of the draw. It'd be kind of cool to kind of tally off which ones this person got right and which ones got wrong. But let's go through the list together, shall we? So first up, we have The Legend of Zelda, Curse of the Wild. We have Bloodborne Definitive Edition. We have, and I'm going to butcher these names, I'm sorry. We have Hideo Kojima New Project. I'm not going to read the last part. We have Silent Hill, which is a remake, BioShock 2022. We have Dragon's Dogma 2, Injustice 3. That's what we're looking for right there, guys. Right off the bat, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down the list. So awesome that we possibly could be getting that. We have XCOM 3. We have Kingdom Hearts Reunion times Dark Road. We have Kingdom Hearts 4. Indiana Jones and the Cursed Crypt. That seems kind of iffy. Fire for Middle Earth. Persona 5 Arena. Sonic Frontiers. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We've been hearing a lot of stuff about Sonic games coming out. Goat Simulator 2. The Talos Principle 2. Deliver Us the Mars. City Skylines 2. 50 Cent Bulletproof Remake. We have Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, Hogwarts Legacy. That's another one that was pushed back that we got an announcement for. We have Arc 2, Gotham Knights, W Multiversus. We have Metal Slug Tactics. We have the Genshin Impact, Kerbal Space Program 2, The Evil Dead the game. That's another one everybody's been looking forward to. There's a Teenage Mutant Turtles Shredder's Revenge we've seen in other leaks. Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl has already been released, but maybe they're going to do some more trailers and just, kind of give more publicity for the game. We have Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals, announcement for Fortnite, the new season's just launching. We have Braid Anniversary Edition, Hello Neighbor 2, Dragon Ball The Breakers. There's been some talk about a new Dragon Ball game coming out. We have Bending the Dark Revival, Nobody Saves the World, The Outlast Trials, River City Girls 2, Among Us, 2 Point Campus, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I've been waiting to see some stuff about that. We have Phasmophobia, Trek to Yomi, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Elden Ring. And that's basically what this guy says will sum up to 3 hours of the Game Awards 2021. But a lot of cool titles mentioned in that, and I'd be down for a lot of those. But the ones that pop out to me, of course, are Injustice 3 and the Multiversus game. But yeah, do you think we're going to get an Injustice 3 announcement? It's been rumored in videos I've talked about before, possibly having a Injustice 3 or Mortal Kombat announcement of some kind. At first, we thought it could be Injustice 3 or Mortal Kombat 12, either separately or together. Last video I talked about it could be a Fortnite announcement for Mortal Kombat having some type of content for Fortnite. So maybe this time around it'll just be Injustice 3. Maybe they're going to pull one out from us and actually go with the same, as I talked about in another video, the pattern of having a Mortal Kombat Injustice game, kind of back and forth, back and forth. We'll have to wait and see. We're getting closer. Like I said, it's going to be on December 9th, so we're getting close to the date, so it won't be too much longer. But yeah, what do you think about a possible Injustice Game Awards 2020 announcement? Let me know your thoughts down below. And that's it for the news, guys. If you enjoyed that like button, for like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.